Great to have everyone. Great to have everyone here. This is a really exciting moment for BRIMM, for UBC, who have been very interested in the development of this this style of learning, but also for you in terms of what you've achieved in your careers. So there's a lot to celebrate today. Because we're meeting from all over the world, we have this virtual format, and we're planning it for it to be about half an hour to an hour long, probably about 30 to 40 minutes. So to start with, I'd like to acknowledge that UBC Vancouver campus is located on the traditional, ancestral and unceded territory of the Coast Salish peoples, including the territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh nations. And as we are located all around the world, we would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are all currently located. Tomorrow is a special day in Canada. It's the first annual observation of Truth and Reconciliation Day. It's a national holiday, and I think it's a big step forward, or part of our journey in reconciliation with traditional owners of the land on which we stand. So that's a day that we will observe and think very carefully about. I would like to welcome our special guest, Dr. Peter Bradshaw. Some of you have met Peter online, and Peter occasionally has dropped into these classes. And Peter will make some observations about the vision for BRIMM and the role of education in BRIMM's objectives. So I'll pass things over to Peter for a few moments, and then Benjamin Cox and I will say a few words of congratulations.
Well, hello everyone, wherever you are, whatever time zone you're in. I'm certainly very pleased to be part of this graduation ceremony. I've read the valuations you have sent and the very significant efforts you have had to and wanted to put into this education program. It's most gratifying to me to learn how much you have gained from this course and the professional education hole that this has helped to fill beyond your own specialty. I'm totally delighted that this BRIMM mining education program has been such a success. I've been fortunate enough in my career to travel quite widely, live on 3 continents, work in over 30 countries. You know, this has allowed me to see a broad spectrum of working conditions and different work practices. And I understand how this has helped me make better decisions and stood me in good stead. But looking back, I can see how challenging it was to get that varied experience earlier in my career. I have seen firsthand how professionals like yourselves can struggle to get exposure to different ideas and broaden your knowledge of the many different aspects of mineral extraction. This exposure, when you can get it, can be both very rewarding and lead you to different aspects of your work and help you cross those important boundaries. It's great to see that this course, which didn't exist when I started in my career, has helped those types of opportunities to people like yourself who want to take them. So, you know, in closing, I just like to thank Ben and Benjamin who led the course, and John Steen, the director of BRIMM, who collectively have had the vision to initiate this course and make it a reality. So to all this graduating class, congratulations. I wish you every success. And it would be great if our paths could cross physically at some time in the future. So good luck.
Thank you, Peter. Of course, you know, without Peter's vision and generosity, BRIMM wouldn't exist. So the fact that we've been able to do this and bring this course to you is part of Peter's vision to transform the industry. I'd just like to say a few words, not too many, but before I pass it over to Benjamin Cox for just a few notes of congratulations from him. But one of my mentors through my career has been a guy by the name of Jeff Garrett. And Jeff had a very great career in South Africa and in Australia. And in Australia, he was the chief of the CSIRO, which is Australia's national research and development agency. And Jeff was highly regarded in his role in the CSIRO, but he wrote a book, which was quite a small book, but it's called Herding Cats, which is advice for aspiring innovation managers. Just a lot of Jeff's observations about how do you actually motivate people to change. And one thing I've always remembered is that innovation walks on 2 feet. Ultimately, our ability to innovate and change depends on people. It depends on what we do, what our visions are, what our energy is to make change and invest in change. And I've never forgotten that. Ultimately, it comes down to the people. It comes down to us. This is where innovation starts. And I think that's important because this enables us to understand, why education is such a valuable thing. And it's probably the best investment that you'll ever make. It enables you to innovate better. It enables you to bring people along with you because you can articulate what you're trying to do. You can build a better case for what you're trying to do. So if you like, education turbocharges innovation because if innovation walks on 2 feet, the education aspect enables us to run and run hard. And I'd like to congratulate you on making this investment in your education because my experience, and I was talking about this with my wife who's considering another career move, we're in our 50s. We thought, she's thinking about going back to school, back to university. And I was saying, that's a great idea. In my entire career, I've never made, every investment in education has paid off, every time. So congratulations. Congratulations on making the choice. Congratulations on having the discipline to engage in this course and to engage in our experiment. Because we know through your testimonials that it will pay off. And it will pay off in future. And we really hope we can continue our relationship with you as you continue to take advantage of this opportunity that you have now. I'll pass it over to Benjamin Cox for his observations.
Yeah, so this all started because me and Ben Murphy had a conversation in March of last year in the beginning of COVID, and we decided we're going to run an educational program. It is staggering how quickly UBC got behind us. It's staggering how quickly other organizations came and joined us. Our partnership with Women in Mining, our partnership with the students, our partnership with, I think we had scholarship recipients from over 31 countries last time we checked, and that was in the first 3 months. My bet is we probably have about 40, we probably have 40 odd countries that are represented. The incredible conversations I've had with people that I would never have met otherwise. All of that comes from this. For me, education is something I have a high belief in. I have a high belief that we all have an obligation to both teach and receive. The Talmud says that there's only 2 things you need to fundamentally be successful, and one of them is find yourself a teacher. I forget what the other one was. I should have remembered that on that quote. But keep in mind that we're trying, everyone's trying, and the fact that you guys graduated through startup, through web systems that might not have worked, through content that was being developed where you guys were guinea pigs, where through courses that were designed without a true understanding of where we're trying to aim them. The fact that you guys went through this, supported us, embraced us, and went through it with record speed is a testament to the mutual value we've all gotten from this. I can say for myself, and I think Ben Murphy will probably have a word or two to say, that this is probably one of the most valuable things I've done in my life. And I'm honored and pleased to have worked with all of you to get to this point. Ben, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I'll echo what Benjamin said. Thank you to John, thank you to Peter and the rest of the BRIMM team. It takes more than just the 2 of us standing up here talking about things to make this all happen. And obviously the students, you as students and people who've come through the program, you've been a massive part of this, because without your feedback, without feeding off you in classes and having those discussions with such diverse backgrounds, I don't think it would have been anywhere near the learning experience that we've all had from this program. But a big thank you to everybody, especially everybody, and you see Dana and Jean, many of you seeing them for the first time here. Unfortunately, Ella couldn't make it today. And these are people who've had a massive impact on getting this program moving too. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, and congratulations to everybody who's got through the program so far. And I do, and same as John and Benjamin and Peter mentioned, I can't wait for the day where travel gets a bit more normal and hopefully we get to meet and have a coffee, catch up face to face. Thanks.
Thank you, Ben and Benjamin. And Ben, thanks for your personal investment. You occupy a senior role in FLS, and you've been making time to do this as well. So that we really appreciate those efforts. It's not easy to do two significant jobs. We'll move on to the official graduation. We actually have the presentation video running next, so I'll hand it over to Jean and Dana to run that part.
This is the most silence we've ever had in any BRIMM class, and the longest period.
So
congratulations, guys.
That yeah, we're really quite speechless. Yeah, if you had have told me when I arrived in Canada in 2019 that we would be doing this and this would be happening, I would have said, you're crazy, that's impossible. So it really is a very emotional moment for us. And this is for people who don't get very emotional much of the time.
We're mining executives. By definition, we're not allowed to get emotional. We're not allowed to cry. I mean, that's not our framework. But no, it's just staggering.
Yeah. I'd like to, and just congratulations to you all. A great moment, and the next stage. Normally, if we were here in person, we'd be giving you certificates, but because we're virtual, we'll send you the certificates, and we'll also give you a digital certificate. At the moment, your badges for each course are round. This will be a rectangular certificate, micro certificate of completion, and that will have your name on it, and you can upload that to LinkedIn like you've been doing with your badges. I'll pass it back to Dana.
Yeah, just one comment on that though, on the physical ones. If you haven't sent Reza your address, please do that. We'd love to be able to send these to you. And then next, we'd like to take a group photo of everyone who's here. So if you can all turn your cameras on, and I'll switch it to gallery view, and we'll just get a big, nice group photo of everyone. That would be great. Just a screenshot. We can put that on like LinkedIn and such, so you'll all have access to that. So.
Yeah.
It's a big plus not doing it in person, because we don't have to line up in height and get ushered around steps and stuff. That's good.
No, you can ignore all the all that. Okay, are we ready? All right. There's a few people, so with your cameras off, if you are able to turn those on, be appreciated. Give you a few seconds.
If you've got
we understand
bandwidth
that sometimes there are bandwidth problems.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, so we'll okay. So yeah, if everyone's ready. So 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you so much. So we'll share that around, so you will all have that, and we'll share the recording around as well, so that you can share that if you have family or friends you wanted to share it with who aren't able to join or anything like that.
Okay. So thank you to everyone. Thank you to our special speaker, Peter Bradshaw, and I'd also like to acknowledge the chairman of BRIMM, Nick Barlow, who's joined us today. Nick, if you want to link with him on LinkedIn, recently retired as a senior Anglo-American executive, and now we are very, very fortunate to have him as chairman of BRIMM, and he's very enthusiastic about what we're doing here. So thanks to Nick for joining us as well today.
And then Judy, I see you have your hand up. You want
to? Yes, if I may. I want to personally congratulate everyone, as well as congratulate everyone on behalf of Women in Mining USA. I'm an active member with WIM USA, and I had to drop out of the program earlier this spring due to an illness in our family, but I hope to return in the next couple months and maybe finish my last 3 or 4 classes. But I do want to thank BRIMM greatly for the relationship with WIM, because I think through our networking, we were able to communicate around the world to many, many women. And I hope to continue that process. I have been out of pocket, but I'm hoping that we can continue that as your program continues. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you, Judy, and we really appreciate the partnership with Women in Mining. The way that this program works enables women around the world to develop and really achieve great things in their careers. So you have the network, you have the reach, we have materials. It's a wonderful partnership. So we really appreciate your support. Thank you.
And for a industry that is 90% men, the fact that we have a program that's 30 or 40% women would not have happened without your input, Judy. The fact that we are an industry that is 90% white men in one form or another, the fact that we've got this amount of diversity in the room with senior people from Africa, senior people from Asia, senior people from Papua New Guinea, that we have that range of diversity in gender, in location, in people, would not have happened without all of you. Each and every one of you guys is an ambassador for us. And we don't take that lightly. Where this is not necessarily an exercise in trying to maximize wealth, it's an exercise in maximizing education. And that's something that all of us have come together and done. And that's been priceless. I mean, it's been an amazing experience. And I don't think anyone else can recreate, as John Seaman would say, that purple, I think he uses the purple
cow.
Purple cow, sorry. I was going to use a different animal, but the cow is apparently his famous one that he says, the purple cow effect. So thank you all.
Thank you. And that concludes our ceremony today. We really appreciate you joining with us. We know many of you, it's a difficult time zone, but we will just share some of the feedback we received and some of the comments on the experience.
And if other people want to talk, please unmute yourself and talk. I mean, we have a bit of time. We're not in a rush.
Yeah, the formal part of the ceremony is finished. And also thanks for all of your feedback and comments along the way. I know that Benjamin and Ben really appreciate that because it enables them to make revisions and get better every time. Yeah.
Paul, do you want to talk? I know that you always have something to say, and it's one of your last chances to instruct us.
And I think follically challenged white men are in short supply here. So
yeah, we've got to keep a low profile, I think.
This is the quietest I've ever seen you guys.
Congratulations to everybody. It's wonderful. And big thank you to Ben and Benjamin.
Well, I just like to echo in particular what Benjamin said there about diversity. Diversity, you know, with getting a greater proportion of women. Diversity from international groups around the world, or you know, people from different countries. You know, having covered a reasonable bit of the globe myself, I find that really important, and I'm certainly looking forward to the next chapters in this. So no pressure, Ben and Benjamin.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah, we'll see where this all goes. I mean, Lucia, do you want to talk? Other people? I mean, I'm inviting people in particular just because some of you have incredible voices, or Angela even. But if some people want to mute and talk, I mean, share. No pressure, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Not that there's an invitation. Yeah, I just wanted to thank all of you, especially Benjamin and Ben, and also the entire BRIMM organization that supports it and makes it happen. I know just for me personally, I'm probably one of the more senior people in the class, but still it's given me what I've learned in BRIMM has given me a certain confidence that maybe I'd lost along the way somewhere. And so, even if, I guess it's targeted towards sort of a middle-aged younger audience, but I think everyone can learn things in BRIMM and just a different way of looking at things. And when you realize that not everyone has that, then it gave me a bit of confidence, a bit more confidence than I had before. So that's kind of, I've appreciated that very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Yeah, the confidence aspect of education is extremely important. There's been many people who have a good idea or something to contribute, but I just don't feel that they have the knowledge. But sometimes education gives us that push, a little bit of confidence. Yeah. So it's great to acknowledge that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially, sorry, I just wanted to add one more, especially if you're in a situation where you're dealing with people with much higher education levels, and you realize, yeah, okay, I've got some facts, I've got some basic things that I can put together. And yeah, so it just, the type of people that you're no longer sort of in awe of, but because you've got a framework to stand on, then that, yeah, that helps a lot.
Terrific. That's great. Thank you.
All right, I think I'm gonna stop the recording here, but you guys are all welcome to hang out, chat, stick around for as long as you like. But this will be the end of the official recording. But thank you everyone for joining us, and yeah, hang out for as long as you want.